Today I ended up taking a $250 loss, which is time plus consistency is what's going to equal results. And we end up getting stopped out. Alright, what's up everybody? How's it going? I'm back. It's currently Tuesday, as you guys can see. Today it's going to be, I want to get my video shorter. Nobody really likes watching 20-minute fucking videos. I know I don't. Usually throw a video on when you're eating real quick, or just a quick little watch right during your workout or something. You're not trying to watch a whole fucking documentary, right? So I want to keep these videos. I want to try to keep them. I have the long ones. When I have long ones, fuck it. You feel me? I can't do nothing about it. So today I ended up taking a $250 loss, trying to short ES and then not ES, NQ. I'll do a little trade recap later on. Right now I got to hit abs and shoulders, so I'm gonna go ahead and hit that real quick, and then I'll pick you guys up during the trade recap, and then I'll end it off with the quote of the day. I've been watching my videos, bro. I gotta get better on my speaking, on my talking. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm real congested, but yet again, I don't want to use excuses. I always slur my words, so there's words I hear myself saying and I just end up slurring them. I want to fix that, but other than that, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this workout and see you guys during that trade recap.
Draws and liquidity down here, but these lows are pretty spaced out. However, if we end up...
Alright, what's up everybody? How's it going? So I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this fucking trade recap under 5 minutes. So I got everything marked out, all my liquidity levels and everything that I was looking at pre-market. On the higher time frame, we're bullish, right? So I should have been bullish today, but we did have, if you guys look at this SMT we have right here, we have this big ass SMT, right, on ES and NASDAQ that I wanted to see price tap. To be honest, I don't even know what I wanted price to see. I wanted to see from price. Today's price action was so fucking shit, bro. I should have just stayed out of this trade. Because I wanted shorts and then I ended up wanting longs, but ended up going short anyway. My fucking hair is... golly, bro. That shit looks like I'm going like that. But let's just go ahead and show you guys what happened market open. So pre-market, I'm bearish just because of the SMT, right? So, and I took my trade off of NAS. So we'll go ahead and just go over this real quick. So market opens, right? We end up dumping. So I'm like, okay, wait till 550, the time where I usually trade at. 550 comes. Bam, we get this big retracement. Once we got this, we should have been looking like, okay, wait, let's not. You usually don't get your retracement right after the fucking fair value gap closes, right? And also, too, we're filling in this 1 hour fair value gap that we have right here, or this 4 hour, 1 hour. I think it's a 1 hour and 4 hour fair value gap that we have, right? So instead of waiting a little bit longer, bam, we tap into this. Once we get a little 1 minute, I don't know why my fucking thing's so laggy right now. Bam. I ended up entering, I think it was off of this candle. I think it was the middle of this candle. I ended up just shorting off of this. I had stops above the 5 minute fair value gap. So I was a little bit above up here. And all I was targeting was a 1 to 2. Bam, a little bit below here. So this was my trade idea, right? If you guys follow me on Instagram, if you're not, go follow me on Instagram at Figgy.tradez, right? You get updates the day of when I take my trade, probably like a couple hours after. I post but right when I enter a trade, or a little bit after I enter a trade. Okay, so 1 to 1, I would have been break even. As you can see, we don't hit that, and then we end up getting stopped out. So overall, I mean, I feel like I followed my rules, but higher time frame we're bearish. I mean bullish. So we should have been looking for longs, right? Also, too, if we look at ES's fucking price action, I got a minute 30 to show you guys this shit. Right. Once we look at ES's price action, as we can see, once bam, look at this. Fucking SMT's getting formed left and right. We're getting manipulations and SMTs this whole fucking market open. Right? The ideal trade should have been off of that 1 hour, that's what I wanted, right? Once we filled this, I was like, okay, so we're still in the manipulation time frame from 630 to 650. So if we could get a fair value gap closure above this or break a structure, then I would look for longs, right? I don't want to say I got impatient because I still followed everything, but I did get impatient because I could have waited for a break of structure off of this and off of this fair value gap, even though I still wouldn't have hit that trade. But the ideal trade would have been to wait for a break of structure, which would have been off of, so we have this high, and then this is our most recent high, and then this is our most recent high right here. Bam. We break structure off of this candlestick right here. Do we create a fair value gap anywhere? Our fair value gap is created right here that we barely come and tap into. Barely. As you can see. Bam. Off of that, scroll down to the 1 minute. Again, what was I saying in one of my other videos? If we have a 5-minute fair value gap. Fuck. My bad. If we have a 5-minute fair value gap and we have a 1 minute fair value gap within that 5-minute fair value gap, look how precise our entries are. If we would have just had a limit order placed above this or placed below this, what stops right below. The only reason why I don't use limit orders is what I should be researching is because I don't know how much each tick is for minis and micros and minis. I know minis are way more, but this would have been the ideal trade, right? Since our higher time frame was bullish, we tapped into that higher time frame fair value gap. We already completed the SMT sweeping out. There's hourly lows I have marked out. I don't know why they're not on here. See right here, bam. Hourly liquidity levels marked out. Everything was in play for longs, and my ass wanted to enter shorts right off of this just because of that bearish SMT that we got over here. But as we can see right here, if we go ahead and delete this, delete this, delete this, we'll go ahead and look, bam, entry right off of there, target a 1 or 2, bam, look at that, fucking phenomenal trade, bro, 0 drawdown. Let's see how high we could have held this. Look at that shit, bro. Wait, what time is this before I get all fucking 9 o'clock? Okay. 1 to 6. Let's just say we target these areas liquidity. 1 to 5, bro. And we would have just entered off the 5-minute and a 1 minute entry right into that 5-minute fair value gap. Sniper entry. Right. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and see you guys in the quote of the day. And that'll be the end of the video. So I'll see ya. Alright, what's up everybody? How's it going? So I'm gonna keep this shit short and sweet today. Right, I didn't hear no big or no quote that stuck to me from the podcast that I watched today or anything that I seen or watched today. That's the same fucking shit. But I said this in multiple of my videos prior to this, right? But I just want to go more in depth into this shit, which is time plus consistency is what's gonna equal results, right? So for everybody out there that's trying to achieve a goal, for everybody out there that's working hard towards their goal, if you're not seeing results right now, you need to give it more time before you start seeing those results, right? Like we could correlate this to trading, right? If you only been trading for a week you're not going to see results within those weeks. Yeah, you're going to understand the market. Yeah, you're going to learn how to fucking move your chart around on TradingView so that shit looks not like the fucking default chart, right? We're not going to know how to trade, right? It's going to take you more time plus being consistent to even see results, right? 6 months and then you'll start seeing results, right? If you're doing this shit every day for, let's say, 1 to 2 hours a day, back testing, reading up on the market, actually having live market experience, right? For me, this fucking journey's taking me a little bit longer, just because I'm not able to have that fucking live experience Monday through Friday. It's only Fridays, and then when I'm at work, but I don't consider that actual live data analysis, just because fuck, when I'm at work, I'll be right there at work trying to be like this, and then put my phone down, go do work on what I'm working on, and then come back, and then fucking price already moved 10 minutes, right? So just give it time, bro. If you're on a goal, if you're trying to achieve something, give it time, bro. Stay down. But see, I say this, but there's times where I catch myself being impatient of waiting, right? So that's when you have to realize, okay, as long as you're doing the things you know you're supposed to be doing every day, you're taking action, you're working on, let's say you're working on an ice cream business. If you're out there reading what fucking flavor ice cream people like, reading what the cones, doing all this shit, bro. If you're doing the shit that's gonna make you successful, just give it time, right? And you'll see results from it. But being consistent at that. Don't give it fucking 1 day a week and then think you're gonna be, no, you're not gonna fucking. There's this one podcast I watched by Brandon Carter. I said this before in one of my other videos, getting repetitive, but he was talking about how it takes a certain amount of hours before someone, it was on a book, they did a study, to be the okay at it, I think it's like 100 hours. To be the best at it, I think it's like at 1,000 hours. And then to be like the greatest at it, it's like 4,000 hours or something like that. But say you want to be the best fucking basketball trader, I mean the best day trader, right? You're gonna have to put in more hours a day to actually perfect your craft to be the best, right? To be okay at it, you do 100 hours and you understand the market, you'll be able to hop in and start taking trades. But to be the decent at it, it'd be like 1,000 hours. So if you think about it, if you're doing an hour a day for a year straight, that's only 365 hours. So that means it will take you 2 years of you back testing, live data analysis, or even more than 2 years. It'll be like 3 years if you do an hour a day. So that's why you gotta learn what I was from yesterday too, right? I was talking about how you gotta track your time. If you're only doing an hour a day, you're not gonna be decent at something, because you're gonna need like 1,000 hours until like 3 years. So if you kick it up to 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day of just non-focused work on whatever you want to achieve, you're gonna be able to reach that way more faster and way more efficient than people who are just doing an hour a day, right? If I want to learn how to play the guitar and I do an hour a day, if I just want to be good at playing the guitar, I'll do an hour a day for 4 months, right? And I'll be okay. I'll learn how to play the chords and I'll do all that. But if I want to be decent at it, learn how to play a song on it, do all this shit, then I would have to do probably 2 to 3 hours a day, right? But just giving it time, bro. You have to give it time, but give it dedicated, focused time, bro. Don't sit there and fucking be wandering off your brain somewhere else. Just fucking straight on the computer. I'm talking about day trading, right? If you want day trading to work, you need to be straight on the computer, especially for the first years, bro. I remember when I first got into day trading, I lived on the computer, bro. I was doing at least like 4 hours a day, just back testing, watching videos, just trying to perfect my craft, bro. Now I only do 1 to 2 hours a day, if that, on the computer, just because I know my strategy, right? I know what I'm doing wrong, and it's outside of trading. It's not the fucking computer that's gonna fix what I'm doing wrong. So that's why I only spend 1 to 2 hours a day on the computer, rather than the 3 to 4 that I was spending prior to actually getting into this shit. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here. I know I've just been yapping with you guys. So today's Tuesday. Tomorrow I will not upload a video. Well, this video will be uploaded tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Wednesday I will not record. It's gonna be too busy of a day for me to, and not too much content that I'll be able to give out to you guys, right? So I'll come back. Oh fuck, not even Thursday. So I'll probably do Wednesday through Friday, all on one video, and just I'll record clips throughout all those days and just fucking throw all that shit in there. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. You guys have a good one.